You'll ever miss Beyonce in movies? Girl, she's too rich for that mess now. So we'll just have to settle for Idris Elba's fine self instead. Derek and Sharon, newly promoted and house rich, are touring their amazing new pad. 30 seconds later, they're horizontal on the living room floor. Sharon, still breathless, directs the movers to the left. To the left, like some furniture arranging Beyonce herself. Next morning, Derek hits the elevator, and bam! Resident Evil Alice look-alike is practically throwing herself at him. Documents go flying, flirtatious glances are exchanged, but Derek, a one-woman man, cleverly resists the temptation. He gets off, she follows. Turns out, her name is Lisa Sheridan, and she's the new temp, oh honey. A worker in his office, cracking jokes about his annoying boss, Derek Charles. This totally sparks Lisa's interest. Suddenly, at a meeting, it's like a Harvey Weinstein movie, only Lisa's purposefully flaunting her best assets. Next thing you know, she's deep diving into Derek's online life. Yep, just another Tuesday, she probably muttered. The next day, Derek arrives to find his assistant Mia. Lisa's sitting there, cool as a cucumber, claiming stomach flu. And get this, she makes his coffee perfectly. Black, no fancy flat whites. She even answers his personal calls. Later that night, romantic sparks fly between Derek and Sharon, until Sharon finds out he didn't answer her calls. Derek blames the new girl. Sharon's face, priceless. Turns out, they have a no female assistants agreement because of marriage threats. But Derek assures her it's just a plain temp. Oh boy. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this is a roller coaster. Derek's assistant's back, yay. But then, Lisa, still there, and now Patrick's assistant, these two are gossiping like magpies at a jewel heist. Derek's about to find out why, because oh boy, is he in for a surprise. He stumbles upon his assistant, sobbing over some relationship drama, jealousy over Sharon, no less. He's comforting her, telling her she's gorgeous, and suddenly, whoa, hold up. Ben witnesses this whole scene and his mind is running wilder than a squirrel on espresso. He's even complimenting Lisa's assets, even though he's married. Then, a mysterious burn CD from Lisa. This office is more explosive than a factory full of kittens with tiny explosives strapped to them. It's a scandal, a drama, a comedic masterpiece. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this is a roller coaster. A workplace romance? More like a workplace wreckage. He's flirting online, ditches his wife for a company party, and bam! He's hit on by Lisa. Drinks flow, dancing ensues, with a fugly woman, no less. But then, this flat-chested menace shows up, mistletoe shenanigans commence, and Lisa's trying to snag a kiss. He bails, bathroom break, genius move. But she follows him, seriously, and tries a seductive wiggle that's less sexy and more intestinal evacuation. He's not buying it, calls it assault, and escapes the restroom. Awkward? Understatement. Next day, apology attempt, trench coat reveal, and another seduction fail. Our guy stays loyal. The nerve. From blissful wedded bliss to a scandalous showdown. Sharon's heartbroken over her sister's betrayal. Talk about a single ladies moment. But don't worry, Derek assures her everything's fine, conveniently omitting his own little ahem beautiful liar situation with the sneaky Lisa. He spills the beans to Ben, who wisely warns him, Lisa's a viper. Relief washes over Derek when Lisa's mysteriously resigned, until New Year's Eve explodes with a bombshell email. Mid-photos, Derek's freaking out, and rightfully so. Leave me alone, he screams, in all caps, of course. This mayonnaise-hating guy's learning his lesson the hard way. Finally, a work retreat. Sharon's on high alert, banning Diddy parties with a playful warning. Derek, clearly trying to appease his now super suspicious wife, assures her everything's hunky-dory. But is it, really? Suspense. Whoa, Nelly. At the retreat party, our man Derek gets a sneaky glass of wine, a love potion number 9, courtesy of a mysterious blonde. Turns out, it's Lisa, the woman who claims to have quit her job for him. But oh, Lisa's got other plans. A little something extra in his drink, and suddenly Derek's world is a blurry, drug-induced haze. He wakes up late, misses a huge meeting, and is totally hungover. Then, the hotel says his wife's waiting. But it's Lisa again. She's completely bonkers, thinking Derek's head over heels, all thanks to those compliments, whatever that means. Talk about a wild ride gone completely sideways. Whoa, so, Derek promised to spill the tea to his co-workers, but bam. This hoe grabs him, and he's royally ticked. Ben's all, dude, you okay? Our man looks like he wrestled a grizzly bear, after a long day of being drugged, then roofied, then trapped in a meeting from hell. He escapes to his room, finds Lisa ordered on his bed. Seriously, how'd she get a key? He calls 911, chaos erupts, and suddenly, infidelity is the least of their worries. Sharon's freaking out, calls Ben, who's like, talk to Derek, at the hospital. Picture this, Sharon bursts in, kisses him, and before he can explain, a detective drops the bombshell about a naked Lisa. Affair accusations fly. Derek's desperately trying to explain, but oh, back home, Sharon's still convinced he's a cheat and heartbreaker. Whoa, Derek's in deep doo-doo. Sharon's not buying his story, she's tossed him out on his ear, baggage and all. Meanwhile, Lisa wakes up, all sunshine and roses, or so she thinks. She spins a yarn about Derek, their grand plans, a finished marriage, but the detective's got a raised eyebrow and a nose for trouble, especially after seeing those suspiciously romantic flowers. Joe's freaking out, total Harvey Weinstein vibes, I tell ya, while Derek plays it cool. But the detective drops a bombshell. Lisa's diary. Fake entries. Busted. Lisa's out of town, sister snatched her up, but hey, we've still got an hour left of this wild ride. Months later, buckle up, buttercup. Sharon's still fuming at Derek. Their custody battle's a roller coaster. You see Sharon cracking a smile, then bam, back to icy glares. Derek, bless his broad-shouldered heart, tries a dinner apology, and guess what? Sharon, tired of being Superwoman, caves. Just as they're rekindling, boom. Lisa shows up, and their babysitter, who's clearly more interested in her BlackBerry than her job, gets totally bamboozled. Baby's snatched. Meanwhile, Derek and Sharon are all, let's make this work. No divorces in my family. Sharon wants the Benz? Deal. They get home, the babysitter's clueless, and the nursery's empty. Derek's off like a shot, only to find the little tyke unharmed, sporting a giant kiss. Hospital dash ensues, thankfully, the baby's fine. But Sharon's warning the detective, get Lisa, or else. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this is a roller coaster. Derek, bless his heart, installs a top-notch security system, clearly a preemptive strike against future craziness. Sharon, meanwhile, gets a hilariously threatening voicemail from Lisa, you picked the wrong one to mess with. Weeks later, Lisa, desperate for Derek's location, uses poor, heartbroken Patrick, rejected on Grindr, ouch, as her source. Information? She got a truckload. So, obsessed Lisa sneaks into the house, even tries on Sharon's clothes, until she discovers the bootylicious fit is all wrong. Irony alert. Sharon, forgetting to set the alarm, whoops, returns home to find Lisa upstairs, popping champagne and staging a one-woman love fest. Sharon's had enough. A full-blown brawl erupts. Smart move, Sharon, using Derek's call as a distraction for a killer headbutt. Lisa, well, let's just say the hood wasn't ready for her. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this movie is wild. Sharon's dragging her feet, literally and figuratively, while Lisa makes a daring escape, kicking Sharon down the stairs. The attic chase? Epic. Sharon, perched precariously on a wobbly plank, taunts Lisa, who retaliates with a swing that sends them both crashing through the floor. Gardening tools? Check. A sudden change of heart from Sharon, then back to psycho Lisa pulling her down. A chandelier, a song, a truly dramatic death. It's like a Tyler Perry movie exploded with Idris Elba and Beyoncé. Seriously, my cat went into overdrive. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give this video a like, you won't regret it.